Well, hello. It's Diane from DianeHockman.com. Yes, the site with my name on it. Just wrapped up a little interview with Coach Brian Fryer and thought I'd come on here for a little bit. Plus, I don't always get to come on. Last time I came on with Mr. Ray Williams, which was fun. I want to talk about taking it down a notch. And I'm streaming right now live on both Facebook and YouTube. So if you're over on YouTube, I kind of can't see your comments. I'll see them after. If you're on Facebook, I can see them live. Hello, Judy. Hello, Ann. It's an interesting time period right now. Hi, Jack. Really interesting time period. We're in a real transition with social media. And I know I keep talking about this and I talk about it from different angles. If you've been following the lives, it's because I really want to drive some ideas home to you about what's coming, and I want you to prepare, okay? We are now 10 years plus in to social media and social media being pretty mainstream. Like I said, when my dad, who turns 79 this year, when my dad is playing on Facebook, that it's, they always talk about the curve of the early adopters, the middle where things hit critical mass, and then the end stragglers. Well, we're at the end stragglers, okay? There's not that many people left that are not using social, and the only reason that they're not is if they choose not to. In this country, and I don't know where you're watching from, but in the States, there's some people that are maybe older that choose not to, or some people that are monks or something that choose not to. But when grandmas and great grandmas are using social, we're pretty much mainstream, across the full population. So in conjunction with it going mainstream, we've seen every trick in the book used by marketers. As Gary Vaynerchuk says, marketers ruin everything. And it started years ago with the so-and-so is a scam. Actually, I got to meet a very great marketer because they ran an ads, saying I was a scam, just to get leads. And we've gone through all these different phases and the hype and, different kinds of video and the fake reviews and the videos showing FedEx coming with envelopes full of cash. And we just recently had another resurgence of that, although it went away. Is that thing still around where people are sending cash in magazines and FedEx envelopes and everybody was posting that? It's like so illegal. So we've seen every kind of scammy, jammy thing under the sun. We've also seen every legitimate, type of different tactic. But what I will tell you is that people more and more and more used to be able to go out and use a simple pickup line, so to speak, an MLM pickup line. Oh God, once we did a really fun webinar, MLM pickup lines, and we, you talked about all the stupidest ones we'd ever heard. We'll do that another night just for kicks and giggles, maybe on a Friday night over a bottle of wine. But people have heard it all. And so everybody's still running around trying to, and you may be using video trying to do it. Maybe your email communication is just over the top hype and all the exclamation points and all the crazy claims and the lie, are you being told a lie and all of this stuff. And what I want to say to everybody is you might want to consider, you don't have to do it, but you might want to consider taking it down a notch or two for the new decade, okay? You might want to consider getting a little bit more matter of fact, and instead of trying to hump a deal, that's what I call it, like super hype, right? What you might want to do is learn to become more visible and more strategic with your marketing, because what you want, there's an old commercial, a store that was in the New York City area. I don't think they were national. They were a men's clothing store, not just men's, I think. And they were called Sims. And Sims was like a warehouse discount place, kind of like Marshall's or something. And their commercial said, at Sims, an educated consumer is our best customer. And it's like 30 years later, and I'll never forget that commercial. because an educated consumer is your best customer. A person that comes to you after having watched you, getting to know you, and now trusts you, they're most likely to perform in your business or opportunity. They're most likely to become a good, solid, consistent customer. They're most likely to become a good, solid, consistent team member. They're most likely to buy from you over and over and over again. So if you're hyping, it works. Now let me be clear, because I'm talking to you guys because you're marketers. You know, most of the people that watch my lives are marketers. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't, you know, what I call show a little leg. Okay, make it a little sexy. Okay. Oh, they're not Halloween nails, Dean. They're red. They're just fire engine. Actually, they're called Ferrari red. I don't do orange. I'm not all about the orange. They're red, but they look orangey in the light. They're red here. But I wish they were, you know, I wish I had some Halloween festivities. I'm gonna have to get some Halloween hat or something to wear one night this week. Show a little leg, create a good headline, you know, practice writing headlines. I've done clinics on that. They're super fun. They're worth doing. I should do some more. Learn how to pique someone's interest, learn how to draw them towards you with something that's a little sexy. And I don't mean sexy like show, you know, your stuff. I mean sexy with a hot headline. But remember, when you attract someone to you with hype, you can only hype them for so long. It's the age-old adage of the boy who cried wolf, right? And if you keep hyping them, keep hyping them, keep hyping them, with time, they become immune. And it just doesn't work anymore. Now, some marketers will say to you, well, I'm just talking constantly to new people, and so I don't have to worry about it. And that's true. If you're working at a county fairs and you're going from fair to fair to fair, you can hype your slicer and dicer all you want. But if you're working on social and you're trying to build a brand, and that's what everybody's saying they're trying to do now, and if you're trying to build a base of people that trust you, hype versus a little leg becomes less and less and less and less effective over time. And that's why we see a lot of marketers that are super hypey. They blow up and they explode, and everybody talks about them for a while, and then they just kind of fade away because over time, nobody will listen to them anymore. And when nobody will listen to you anymore, you lose your influence. And when you lose your influence, you can't move people, you can't move sales, and you're in trouble. The other thing I would say to you is maybe you're really good and you can continually hype. Like maybe I'm somebody who can't. Maybe you're good and you're somebody who can. It's exhausting. And I watch people, they're just so tired and they're so frustrated. You know, they might have made a couple $1 million, but they're just exhausted because hype attracts a certain caliber of person. And when you attract that caliber of person, it's perennial turnover. And yes, you might make a buck, but do you have a business that fulfills you? So that's just a thought for tonight. You know, taking it down a notch, becoming more visible. A lot of the people that tend to be attracted to me and some of the trainings I do, you don't feel comfortable doing that. And so I'm saying to you, there is a viable alternative, but it does mean you have to go to work. It does mean you have to be visible. It does mean you have to create content and get to know a lot of people. You can't just, hype will attract more people all day. Like if I say I'm doing a webinar on how to earn $1,000 this week and I write up some hypey headline, I'll get more people every single time. But what I'm getting is 100, people, 200 people, 300 people that want to earn $1,000 this week. And the reality is that most people won't do that work. And most people are not equipped to earn the $1,000. So then people stop believing it. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you. And if any of these videos are helpful, if you think they would help someone, I'm here to tell you, I'm walking, talking, living proof that you don't have to go out there and do that thing if you don't want to. Now, do you have to work? Do you have to pay attention? Do you have to, really hone your skills? Do you have to be more skilled? Yes, you do. But you don't have to be that person jumping up and down and screaming and yelling. And you just don't have to be that. There's another way. I'm it. I show it to people. I teach it to people. I do it. I show my team. like my team, that I have such a hard time de-hyping them because they can't even talk to someone without being hypey. We get somebody started on the product, and the first day, you get them started and you show them how to use it. And then the second day, you want to be like, okay, so let's go over how you used it and make sure you're using it effectively so we get you some good results. That's how I talk to people. They're like, oh my God, I'm so excited you're using this incredible, fabulous product that's going to make you melt away. And it's just incredible. Let's check, and it's like, it's so over the top. Just treat people like you want to be treated. It's this crazy idea. Just treat people like you want to be treated. Get a little matter of fact, become knowledgeable and skilled in your craft and your art and your work, and go out and spread the news further and harder and faster so that you have more people going through your system, more people being sorted, whatever your system is. I know what mine is. More people being sorted so you can determine whether or not they're a good match and then take them down the road. That's it. So if you like this type of stuff and these types of messages, go over to DianeHochman.com. Make sure your name and email are on the list. In fact, I sent out something really hot yesterday or the day before. People are like thanking me up the wazoo. So if you missed it, sign up at DianeHochman.com. And if you're somebody who likes this style of marketing, you want to check out what I'm doing, definitely feel free to reach out. And I'll see what I can do to help you, whether it's something with me or whether I refer you to somebody else. Bottom line is, next decade's going to be different. Trust me when I tell you, and I'm not saying that to entice you. I'm telling you now. All I hear is people complaining about they're tired of the same baloney. It's enough. And they're tired of it. See, but the changing it starts with you, because the big marketers are going to change it. Frank Kern's already teaching it. Gary's teaching it. There's other people teaching it. Frank Kern's selling courses on what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about it for free to help you out. It's changing. And if you wait 2 more years to change your way, you're going to be left behind. There's new techniques, there's new ideas, there's new concepts, but people never change. People want to be treated a certain way. And that's the decision you have to make now. All right, gang, I'm going to go. Got some other stuff to do. Actually, I'm doing some YouTube videos as well. I will see you guys around the playground. Hit me up if you need me, either Facebook, YouTube, wherever. I'm everywhere you can find me, every social media site. It's, Diane Hochman. Just find me on the site. Easy peasy. I'll see you guys later.